All right, you ready, Champy? Are you ready? It's Friday night date night. Welcome. Oh, I didn't put up my little picture. What kind of operation is this? I thought we were professionals around here. Good Lord, what a mess. There we go. It's almost like I tried it. You're feeling nervous, aren't you, boy? With quiet voice and impeccable style. Don't ever let them steal your joy and your gentle ways to keep them from running wild. They can kick dirt in your face, dress you down, and tell you that your place is in the middle when they hate the way you shine. I see you tugging on your shirt, trying to hide inside of it how much it hurts. Let them laugh while they can. Let them spin, let them scatter in the wind. I've been to the movies, I've seen how it ends, and the joke's on them. You're feeling nervous, you're feeling something, aren't you, girl? It's your brother's world for a while longer. You gotta wait. You gotta. I had the lyrics up before. I should have kept them up. Oh, good people! Friday night date night. What is happening? That's it, Champ? You're just giving us a half number? Girl, you're looking fine tonight. Every fella's got you in his sights. What you doing with a clown like me? Surely one of life's little. Something's off there. Mysteries. So tonight I'll ask the stars above, how did I ever win your love? What did I do? What did I say to turn your angel eyes my way? I'm the guy that never second glance. Across a crowded room that was cozy enough. I could look, but I could never touch. So tonight I'll ask, the stars above, how did I ever win your love? What did I do? Good evening, good people. How many people we got in here? 15 people in here. What the hell is going on, TikTok? Friday nights are normally 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 people. We got 22 people in here. Come on, TikTok. Let's get it going. All right, people. Get the grandkids. I know it's Friday night, date night. They're in bed. That's not the point. Wake them up. Have them start tapping the screen. Share the screen. Love that Champy what? I love that Champy and his sidekick, too. Exactly. He's the star of the show. Although he just walked away. Little fucking diva. Woo! How y'all doing tonight? We're here. 2 Block Tom. Joey in the house. Emilio's wife in the house. Time ago. Well, oh darling, you say unto me, where have you been all my lifetime? Well, I have been swimming 7 sad seas. Poor women have tossed me their lifelines. I pulled them into the water's darker end. I'd have warned them, but I didn't know. These are tears from a long time ago. Got these tears from a long time ago. I need to cry 30 years or so. These are tears from a long time ago. No last note, Champy? He's singing from the other room. I don't know what's up with him. Well, we went from 22 to 27. TikTok's, they're chucking us in the algorithm now. Motherfuckers. It's Friday night date night. Come on, TikTok. I promise I'll show boobies and talk about drugs. Pink bow. Oh. Hey, TikTok. Yeah. So listen. We gotta talk. We gotta talk. This is Talk. Welcome to Talk with me, Kyle Shannon, your bedazzled host. with the most pink bows of any TikTok influencer you never watch. Oh, we lost 3. We're down to 24. I didn't realize this was one of them there pansy channels. Oh, well, what are you gonna do? You'll win some and you lose the bow haters. Oh man, them bows are scary, I guess. See, here's the thing: you all have been normalized to my madness. It's the traditional TikTokers. They have no fucking idea. They're like, he looks sort of like Rosie O'Donnell. How bad could it be? And then on goes the pink bow. Oh, man. Hubba Bubba date night. Ten 10,000 words swarm round my head, 1,000,000 more in books written beneath my bed. Ain't it like most people, I'm no different. Just can't figure out how to hold my hand. And I know you need me in the next room over. I'm stuck in here all paralyzed. For months I got myself in ruts, too much time spinning mirrors framed in yellow walls. Ain't it like most people, I'm no different. Like to talk on things we don't know about. Making a big change in my life and discussing it with my Sunobot. What's the Sunobot? Fantastic experience. What's a Sunobot? You mean Suno like the music thing? They've got bots now? Did I miss something? Or is it a something else bot? Or is there a Sunobot I don't know about? What the hell are you talking about, archetypal architect? I can never say that. Oh, I made a bot specifically for Suno. Oh, interesting. Oh, to write. I see. So you created a bot to create Suno lyrics, but now you're having existential life conversations with it? Welcome to the new world. Let us be lovers, we'll marry our fortunes together. I've got some real estate here in my bag, so we bought a pack of cigarettes and Mrs. Wagner's pies, and we've all come to look for America. Oh, good Lord, good Lord, good Lord. I think what we're going to start with tonight, we're going to start with a little edumacation. Because it's a small group to start. It'll probably get bigger. It usually does that when they start slow like this. But what that says to me is the people that are here are the irregulars, which is great. Hey, everybody. So I think what we're going to do is I'm going to start out with David Shapiro's video on explaining how he thinks strawberry works. And then Mr. Strawberry today said, this guy gets it. This is the first guy that's actually understood what it's actually doing. So I think we'll go watch that video. We'll do like a little watch party. I'll watch it, then I'll stop it and talk about it if there's things that are interesting. But I feel like this is a good group to understand that. It's what's fascinating about these large language models is you'll see when we watch the video, it's just like nested prompts. It's not as fucking remarkable as it should be. Like, I don't know. There's something about this new era of computing where you just ask the computer to do shit and it does. That's just still a little surreal to me. And he explains why. So one of the things they're using this model for is creating synthetic data for GPT-6, apparently. And if you don't know what synthetic data is, this will explain that as well. And when he explains it, you're like, oh, that kind of makes sense. It makes real good sense. I'm excited to have the night off from work. 80-hour work week this week. Joy Purdy, good Lord. You gotta tell them to lighten up. Tell everyone to do their work during the summer and not just the week before Labor Day. I've heard this complaint from a lot of people that everyone's just getting dumped on because their asshole colleagues are like, hey, I gotta get this thing done I'm taking off Friday. Did you know I'm taking off Friday? I'm gonna take off Friday. I'll tell you what we're doing. We're packing up the kid. We're going on a road trip. We're gonna do it. I know it's crazy. There's gonna be cars everywhere, but we'll be careful. I'll tell you that. Anyway, listen. I got a TPS report I got to get out of. You could just whip that up for me. That would be fantastic. And then we'll get that into the Bobs. And, boy, they'll take that TPS report. You know they're going to read it over the weekend. Do they ever sleep? How do they get all this done? Anyway. Yeah. So, if you had that kind of week, I'm sorry. Just sorry he wrote Frank out of the script. Frank will be back. We're just having our summer break. Is the OT good? You mean the TV show? I thought the OT was really good. Season 1 anyway. Hey Kyle, did you see the commercial for 1X Tech Robot commercial? That new robot? Yeah, looks amazing. We'll look at that tonight. TPS reports. Yeah. Hey Peter, yeah, listen, we're going to need you to go on ahead and come on in on Saturday. Yeah, 9 a.m. or so. Does that work for you? Anyway. Oh, hey, one more thing, Peter. We're going to need you to go on ahead and come on in on Sunday, too. Yeah. Bob. I wouldn't exactly call it working. Classic, that film. It's a classic. Michael Bolton. Samir, not gonna work here anymore anyway. I'll just entertain myself here. You guys go ahead. Wait, do we get it? Oh, we got in 3 more people. You guys go ahead and entertain yourselves. I'm doing the same here. I'm just having a good old time. Oh my God. I worked as a computer programmer, and that actually happened to me exactly like you're saying. What we're gonna need you to go on ahead and come in on Saturday. That one. Oh, hey, one more thing. We're gonna need you to go on ahead and come on in on Sunday too. Oh man. I'm just tired. And Kyle cracks himself up. I wait for these moments. I'm not even cracking myself up. These are not even my jokes. This is just my stupid ass half remembering lines from a movie I saw 20 years ago. That cracked me up then. It was an odd week. It was an odd week. It was, for us, it was some of our clients were not there. They were just non-existent. Or they canceled meetings. And then other of our clients were like, oh my God, we gotta get it done. You gotta get it done. You can get it done. I gotta go on vacation. I'm out next week. But we can, right as soon as I get back, it'll be done, right? You can get it done. You can get it done. So we had a lot of that. I'm sorry, they said there would be cake. It's if I count the number of slices, it appears there's not going to be enough slices. It does look tasty. It looks tasty. No. There's no more cake left. I didn't get a cake. Could I get a cake? I know too many scenes from that movie. Oh my God, the opening scene where what's his name, the little dweeby one, is like singing to Michael Bolton. Is it Michael Bolton? Where he's singing to the rap songs, and the black guy walks by the car, and he's like, he closes the lock and starts rapping a lot more quietly. Oh my God. And then Peter, the opening thing in the Dallas traffic source camp, if you're on here, where he cuts into the other lane and then it stops and the other lane goes. He cuts back and it stops and that lane goes. Oh my God. Oh my God, that movie. It's my stapler. Gonna burn the place down. Papa JJ, yeah, Oprah Winfrey on September 12th. We'll do a watch party. So we'll probably go on at 6 that night, because I assume it's prime time is 8 p.m. Eastern. Is that right? Is that still prime time Eastern? But whenever that show goes live, I think we'll live stream it if we can. We might get TikTok banned, but if we can stream it, we'll stream it. So September 12th, Oprah Winfrey is interviewing Sam Altman and Bill Gates live. And so this is right around the time when, they said things were going to be launching in the fall, and Strawberry seems to be confirmed and all that stuff. So it would not surprise me if they didn't do a little bit of coordinated launching right around the time they're doing, an audience of however many millions she is, tens of millions for Oprah. (9/12) is a Thursday. Okay, cool. Beautiful. So, Thursday night. So, Wednesday night, I'll be flying back from Washington, D.C. So, Tuesday, September 10th, I'm flying to D.C. We got a big dinner. And then on Wednesday, the 11th, I'm there with 11 other AI entrepreneurs, and we're talking to senators and shit like that about AI. So, I'm going to talk a lot about the AI Salon and this channel and what's going on, and how our legislators should not just legislate from fear and from ignorance. They might want to go on ahead and try the Gpt and understand what the fuck it is, and understand how empowering it can be, and legislate from that position as well. So that's going to be my message. I tried to tap while you play guitar. That was a lot of tapping tonight. What time is it? It's a little bit late. Too bad Klaus Schwab couldn't make it on Oprah with Bill Gates. Are you still coordinating with Google? Yeah, it's still the fly-in is jointly sponsored by Google for Small Business and the Salon, which is exciting. That's overly optimistic. I don't know what that's in reference to. I assume me saying something's going to launch. I agree. It's overly optimistic to assume that anything's going to launch ever again. Oh, man. All right, wait. I got to put my charger on my computer. Give myself some hydration. Cheers. Oh, Lordy. I think it's important.
Michael, what the hell's going on, man? I thought you were going to come in here and start shooting.
No, I just came to get my address book. I'm not going to stay. I got a phone number, Mike, that I don't want to lose.
What? Peter, you're in deep shit. You were supposed to come in on Saturday. What were you doing?
Michael, I did nothing. I did absolutely nothing, and it was everything that I thought it could be.
Well, I hope you have a better story than that for Lumberg. You're supposed to be having your interview right now with the consultants.
The who?
The consultants? What has gotten into you?
Oh, yeah. Right.
Wait, Peter, you gotta postpone it, man. Tell me you've been sick. Make something up.
Oh, no way. No, I feel great. It's the best day of my life.
This feller looks like a Peter Gibbons. Oh, there you are. We were just talking about you. You must be Peter Gibbons. Terrific. I'm Bob Slidell. This is my associate, Bob Porter.
Oh, hi, Bob.
Bob? Go ahead and grab a seat and join us for a minute. You see, what we're actually trying to do here is we're trying to get a feel for how people spend their day at work. So, if you would you walk us through a typical day for you?
Yeah.
Great.
Well, I generally come in at least 15 minutes late. I use the side door. That way Lumberg can't see me. And after that, I just sort of space out for about an hour. Till
Space out.
yeah, I just stare at my desk. But it looks like I'm working. I do that for probably another hour after lunch, too. I'd say in a given week, I probably only do about 15 minutes of real, actual work.
Peter, would you be a good sport and indulge us and just tell us a little more?
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you something about TPS reports. The thing is, Bob, it's not that I'm lazy. It's that I just don't care.
Don't care?
It's a problem of motivation, all right?
Oh, you're welcome. All right. Let's go find some actual AI stuff here. I'll tell you what. Actually, you know what? Hang on. There's something here. There's something here to talk about. So, if you have not memorized all of the funny scenes of Office Space, there's your homework for the weekend. You got to get your shit together. The TPS reports, the central object of Office Space are these fucking TPS reports that it's all anyone talks about, and it's all they do, and no one reads them, right? They're just this thing. This is the kind of shit. These are the kind of jobs. Those are like the TPS reports. That's the kind of shit that AI is going to automate the snot out of. And those tasks are going to go away, right? Because they're just going to be able to happen. And then so smartasses like Peter, they either won't work there or they'll move up in management like he did. Because he's smarter than, the reason he sucks at his job is because his job sucks and he knows it. And he knows no one gives a shit. That scene about did you get the memo? We're putting the covers on the TPS reports. He does 15 minutes because he knows AI. Exactly. That's going to be the new thing. Shareholder journey. Oh, man. I think it may be amusing how fast upper management finds out it's replaceable. Kyle, is your video still at 99%? Yeah, in fact, I rendered another one, which is also now at 99%. So, I don't know what the fuck's going on with Kling Video. Both of these are hung now. Which is a real drag. Anyone else have hung videos on Kling? This is funny. I like this movie. Yeah, it's a really good movie. Okay. AI Learning Lab. All right, so let me give you a little context. Those of you that are in the channel, if you're new here, my name's Kyle Shannon. This is the AI Learning Lab, as evidenced by the little sign that says "Welcome to the AI Learning Lab." It's fantastic, isn't it? Danielle did that for us. She made it out of claymation. She's a modeler. She goes to the dollar store, and she buys the 10 packs of clay, and she's really good. She puts them in. She actually mixes the colors, right? You got the 10 that are all kind of harsh. She actually mixes them to get these more subtle colors. And look at this. She made this for us. She made like a little TikTok symbol that looks like it's out of focus, all with clay. Amazing, right? This was definitely not made with AI. This is handcrafted. See, here on the AI Learning Lab, we will not use art. Well, so you can't even call it art. If it's made with AI, it's not art. right? So the only thing that's got any value in this world is things that are handcrafted. And so everyone here knows that. And they know that we don't really like AI, that the whole AI learning lab, what we're learning here is how bad AI is and how you shouldn't use it. And so this image is actually, she took a photograph with this with a Nikon D50, a film camera with film. She took the film down to the Walgreens where they still process film. She had that processed, and then she took that, she scanned it into her computer with a scanner. Not one of those all-in-one printer scanner combos. That, from where I sit, and this just could be me, if you're using a combo printer scanner, it's not really a pure scanner. So that's probably too digital for our taste here. We want this as analog as possible. So she's got a flatbed scanner. She scanned the photograph that was printed on paper, that was shot on film, of a clay sculpture that she made with her hands. And then she sent me that via FedEx on a floppy drive. And so that's how we get the artwork here. So thank you, Danielle, for your work. That, I mean, really, seriously, must have taken hours. Hours.
You can make money with ChatGPT.
See, here's the thing. I'm a smartass. That was all just fibs. Danielle made this in like 30 seconds. She made it with AI. Oh my God. I had y'all going. You were probably all like, well, where do I get clay? I want to mix custom color. Hey, that's crazy talk. I know. Anyway. I guess I'm in one of those moods. Indeed, it took seconds, hours to handcraft this. Suzanne, you got me. Oh, good. Listen, it is my joy in life to say stupid shit so dry and convincingly that people go, really? Is that really how she did that? I'm impressed more with the improv. I totally get tricked into that. That's fantastic. What'd you do Friday night? I got bamboozled by a theatrical that wears pink bows on his head incorrectly. Okay, listen. If Corey Sandler Pottery's in here, she cannot speak. Okay, in fact, women, you cannot speak. This is not for you to, you have no input on this. None. Men in here. How is this wrong? I mean, other than the fact it's a pink bow and I look fucking ridiculous. I have been accused of not knowing how to wear a headband. You tell me what I'm doing wrong, men. Because the women, they've got some fucking conspiracy theory about pink bowed headbands that men apparently didn't get training on in the 7th grade. So, anyone? What if I don't identify as a woman? As a She-Ra. She-Ra. See, let's see. Seems normal to me. See, archetypal architect. Exactly. This is, other than the pink bowness of it, this is absolutely correct. It's wrong. Take it from a guy who grew up with all sisters and a single mom. Ah, damn it. How's it wrong? What's it supposed to be? Is it like you're supposed to have it up like this? Is this it? Because that looks fucking ridiculous. I mean, you know, not that this doesn't look ridiculous. What happened to your hairline? Shut up! It's male pattern baldness. I'm getting old. just trying to get in touch with my feminine side. I'm aggressively getting in touch with my feminine side. I'll wear the pink bow the way I want to wear the damn pink bow, ladies. Blood pressure goes up. And scene. Let's bring it down. I feel pretty, oh so pretty. 3 Mile Storage Man. Jim Ross is like, what happened to this channel? I go away for a week and I come back to this? Well, we talk about the salon, right? So now we have salon product. I wonder if I have any hairs growing. I've been minoxidilling. Oh, all right. Add more jazzercise. This is definitely jazzercise era accoutrement, right? Leg warmers. Wait, should it be? Oh, maybe. No. I'm going into an ADD hyper-focused tunnel on how this should be worn. That's really bad. Maybe it's a bow tie. Oh, that's... Well, I'll tell you what. If we did this with the mankini, I'll tell you what. This and a mankini, we got ourselves a fucking party. Oh Lord, it's just the Friday night date night's not going well. If you brought an actual date here, I'm sorry about this. I will apologize right now to whoever you brought that has not experienced this before. It's not normally like this. It's normally much worse. So I apologize for that. Oh. Okay. Chippendale Kyle. Actually, my co-founder of agency.com and I, Chan, he was a really big, tall Korean dude, but he and I were both a little on the chubby side. So Chippendales was all the rage when we started agency.com. And so we said we're gonna open a club called Chubbendales, where the guys start out naked and then the women pay them money to put their clothes back on. It's Chubbendales. But so by the way, irregulars, if you want to make some Chubbendales images and toss them in irregulars, I think that could be kind of fun. Where was my life before this channel? You were watching actual entertainment on Netflix, I think. This is like sucrose. It's a substitute for entertainment. And it's bad for you. Oh man, sounds like band fodder for me. Yeah, probably. Oh, yeah, TikTok with their. You said a dirty word. We're gonna age restrict this channel. We're not gonna promote you dirty birdie. You said boobies. Whatever you do, don't show a boobie, or we will ban you for life. Ban you for life. We'll do it. We have an AI for that. It's crazy. Although I did see a TikTok today that apparently somewhere in TikTok now you can actually clone your voice and then you can just type scripts and it'll make videos of you talking that sounds not much like you. For what that's worth. Okay. So let me give you a little I'll give you a little teeny tiny history lesson. Wait, he wears the pink bow and then we're going to get a history lesson? This is the worst date night ever. Can I have some more nachos? Did you microwave these? They're chewy. You got to put them in the air fryer, Bob. Oh, God. Do I have to do everything myself? That's not how you wear a pink bow, Bob. Sorry. Now I want nachos. Now we've got three comments on nachos. It's good. I like it. Try the pink bow dragon egg and talk about the etymology of etymology. I see, that would be good. Why not? Why not, squirrel? Welcome to Chat ADD. Hey, everybody. What are we going to talk about? Right, history lesson. Okay. So, last November 2023, OpenAI had just launched custom GPTs. We were all fired up about it. We're building GPTs. We're figuring them out. We're like, yeah, GPTs are going to change the world. We're going to make a fortune. They're going to do a GPT store. Woo! And then, like, 2 weeks later, they fired Sam Altman. And then everyone was like, oh, shit. And then they unfired Sam Altman. Everyone was going to quit. And then, yeah. But apparently what happened was Ilya Sutskever, and probably some other people, but it sounds like Ilya, saw something in their technology that spooked the living shit out of him. And so he went to the board and said, Sam's going to put this in the world, and he shouldn't do that, so we should fire him. And then the board said, yeah, Sam's an asshole. We don't like him. Let's fire him. This is so much more fun than Netflix or Sucrose. Thank you. I appreciate that. AI Learning Lab, nearly as good as artificial sugar. So the world of OpenAI got tossed into chaos. And what it seems like has happened is that since that moment, they've been working on testing, finishing this thing that is called Project Strawberry, or it's called Project Orion. It was announced yesterday or the day before in the information that has a bit of a leak. And it indeed is a thinking, reasoning GPT or Chat GPT or model from OpenAI. Like, supposed to be quite good, quite powerful. And the other thing, over the past 6 or 8 months, there have been a lot of announcements from OpenAI where they announce something, everyone gets all hot and bothered, like the Sora video model and the real-time voice. And real-time voice, they're like, they announced that back in April, I think, and they're like, couple of weeks, it'll be out, it's going to be fantastic, you're going to love it. And then a couple of weeks came and went, and then 4 weeks came and went, and they're like, yeah, about that couple of weeks. It's going to be a couple of weeks more. And then they were like, yeah, about that couple of weeks more. It's going to, in the fall. Yeah. Yeah, that's the ticket. Yeah. Yeah. And so nothing's been launching. Everyone else has been catching up. All of the just fucking technologies everywhere that are all of about the same class level. But it does seem now like some progress is happening. Sam Altman tweeted yesterday, or the day before, I think it was yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday, that they've come to an agreement with the U.S. government, the AI, I don't know, review panel board, whatever thing it is, that they've come to an agreement for how they're going to do testing to release these more powerful models. So I assume what that means is that sometime over the past 6 months, they've been interacting with the government. There were some tweets about that as well, to let them know what's coming and to show how they did the testing so that it's safe. Check your regulars, please. Oh, no. Oh, we got a video. Oh, shit, that's really good. Wow. So if you were not here last night, we did what took way too long. We went to ChatGPT. We generated some concepts for short videos that have an opening frame and a closing frame. And then we had 3 different image models generate start and end frames, and then the intent was to do it in 3 different video models, but only one of them actually worked. And then it hung. So this is the one that hung, but this actually is it. That's actually staggeringly good. The prompt was, envelope magically opens itself and bursts into flames. I would say it bursts into flames and then magically opens itself, but that's pretty amazing. Irregulars channel. Okay. Anyway, that's pretty slick. New activity. Oh yeah. Nachos, anyone? Chubb and Dales. Oh, Chubb and Dales. I like it. Now listen, word to the wise, if you ever start a TikTok channel in a time in history where people can not only make fun of you, but they can make fun of you instantly with hilarious comical images, it's gonna sting. It's gonna sting. Chubb and Dales. Take my money. Put your shirts on. Please. Please. Are those your fantasy men? No. Can I leave? Can we leave? How do we get out of here? The Church of the Bows. Beautiful. Oh, you all are fucking weird. Oh, man. That's hilarious. That's the Chubb and Dales winner. That actually looks just like the bow. That's pretty amazing. I think this one, it's with the nachos. The nachos really make it. This is like the stage mom. This is the guy at Chubb and Dales that wasn't quite good enough to make it on stage. So he's like the backstage mom, always cooking nachos for the boys. Oh, good Lord. All right. So what appears to be coming, other than more comedy images at my expense, what seems to be coming is this new powerful engine from OpenAI. David Shapiro, if you don't know him, you should know him. So we're gonna hop over to YouTube. David Shapiro. He made this video. He couldn't sleep because his mind was all aflutter. David Shapiro, strawberry. There was also a whole bunch of drama with this strawberry Twitter account and a whole bunch of hype around it, but it does appear to be coming. So, what I thought would be good to do is watch this video together.
Better, faster, cheaper. Pick all 3. Lyrical, AI first customer service.
In Puerto Rico, we call ourselves Boricua. We're proud.
Hello, everybody. I am awake and I don't want to be because I couldn't shut my brain off.
So David is neurospicy. Yes, he's wearing a Star Trek shirt. He always wears a Star Trek shirt. And he is one of the most brilliant minds in AI. He's super into open source. He's super into AGI. He's written, I think, 5 books on AGI. If you don't know what AGI is, it stands for Artificial General Intelligence. How many people do we have in here? 50. Okay. Really knows his shit. If you tend on the geeky side, he's someone to follow. If you want to be educated about how these tools work and what what the implications are of them, he's also good to follow. You don't need to be an engineer to follow him, but if you're an engineer, he's got a lot of content that's more technical and open source projects and things like that. Okay, let's see. I never remember to even go over there now. It's the hair for me. Okay. He sure does love speculating wildly. He annoys me to no end. Of course he does. Of course he does, Pate. There's lots better people on the engineering side to follow. There may be. I'm not on the engineering side, so this is about as technical as I get, and I do like me some good speculation. So anyway, this is his speculation on how Q-Star works, how Strawberry works. So let's watch.
I think I know how Strawberry works. I'm not even kidding. So if you're not familiar, Strawberry has been all the rage. Q-Star, Strawberry, the leaks from OpenAI. Now, the rumor has it right now, and of course, just rumor, we'll see if it gets walked back, but they're talking about how Strawberry can solve complex math problems, but then there's also talk about synthetic data, and that synthetic data will be used to train Project Orion. Now, something stuck out to me when they're talking about having solved the generation of synthetic data. So next, I want to point out, I was talking about synthetic data over 2 years ago. So I was using GPT-3 to synthesize data to create synthetic data sets for fine tuning. The reason I'm sharing this, it's not a flex. I mean, it is a little bit of a flex, but I'm pointing out that I have been working on this for a while. And I've also been sharing this. You see, this is the OpenAI.
Yes, Emilio's wife. He is wearing a Star Trek uniform. He always wears Star Trek uniforms. He's neurospicy like the rest of us. He's special neurospicy.
Form. I've been sharing it openly for a while as well. So that's one thing.
By the way, he refers to himself as neurospicy, so I'm not outing him in any kind of derogatory way.
Thing is, just keep in mind synthetic data. It's something that I'm actually a world-leading expert in. And then I want to talk about latent space activation. So latent space activation, basically what we realized is that if, all right, here's another way to think about it. You train these models on gigantic data sets, and there's a lot of embedded knowledge, even if it's not fully crystallized. And so what I mean by crystallized is it knows things, but it has to assemble them. And this is very similar to how human brains work, is that, have you ever had a conversation where someone is asking you about something that you know a lot about, but they ask you a question that you haven't really thought of before, and then at that time of instantiation, you kind of connect all the dots? And then you spit something out and you're like, wow, I knew more about that than I thought that I did. That's what latent space activation is. That's the equivalent of what latent space activation is.
And what the latent space is, if you don't know, when they train these models and they put all this data and information in, it converts it into these things called vectors, which is literally like 1,000-dimensional vector space. You know, like an XY graph where you can chart numbers on a 2-dimensional plane? The latent space is like 1,000-dimensional, crazy complicated mathematical space where there's all these points in space that represent the tokens. That's what he's talking about. So it's basically machine learning's, or GPT-4's brain is the latent space. But all anything that uses a transformer uses that.
Or large language models. And I was working on this 10 months ago.
Source camp. I was talking about latent space activity earlier today. It's activation, but yes, I'm sure you were.
And I made videos about it as well. So that data is out there. The next, what I want to show you is how I think Strawberry works at a very high level, just using a generic example on Claude. And the reason that I think that I know how it works is because I was working on this in my startup that I ultimately didn't go anywhere 18 months ago.
The other thing that I think is worth pointing out before he digs into how this works, when he's talking about synthetic data, what's going on there is so GPT-4, they went out and they scraped as much of the internet as they could. They got these web scrapers that go out and find data. They probably used illegal sources of data, but they basically went out and they got as much content off the public internet as they could. And then they embedded it, put it into this latent space. As these models get bigger and bigger and bigger, we are effectively running out of data to train them on. So the basic thing that OpenAI cracked the nut on is they realized that the more data and the more compute power that you throw at creating these giant models, the better they get. They're effectively running out of data. And a lot of the new data is just going to be crap that gets vomited out of old AI models, and it's going to suck, and it's going to start to pollute the data. So synthetic data basically is, instead of going out to the internet and finding all the data, you're actually generating it out of one of these earlier models. And by using this reasoning engine, what he's going to talk about here, it'll start to make more sense. But basically, they're creating data that is high quality data that the new like GPT-6 can be trained on, and that's what he's about to talk about. Who are all those people, Pate? Are those all the people that worked on the Transformer? Okay.
So, I'm getting really excited now. At the startup that I was working on, I was developing a concept that I called surface plate. Surface plate would have been a combination of 3 models.
Oh, that's great. So great. So Pate, can either you do that if you haven't? Can you toss that in the Irregulars channel and maybe in well, definitely in the tech guild, but maybe also in the water cooler would be a good place to put those names. Good people to follow on YouTube. That's awesome. Thank you for that.
So you'd have the generator or the expert. Then you'd have the interrogator.
Oh, wait, hang on. This is important. Let me go back a little bit since I rambled before this.
It would have been a combination of 3 models. So you'd have a concept that I called surface plate. Surface plate would have been a combination of 3 models. So you'd have the generator or the expert. Then you'd have the interrogator, which is basically asking the expert model, what do you know about this? And then you'd have a grader, which would be a 3rd model that would grade the quality of output. You can do all this with chatbots now. So in this first one, imagine that instead of me asking this question, this is a chatbot that is fine-tuned or just instructed to interrogate the expert model and extract all of the information out of it to create that latent space activation saying, I know you know about this at a very deep level. Now tell me everything you know about it to crystallize it. Now you might remember the paper that Philip covered over on AI Explained, textbooks are all you need. What we found is that synthetic data, when it is highly curated, is actually much more efficient at training these models. So that's all the theory behind it. So in this first example, I said, tell me everything you know about physics at a high level. We will iteratively drill into topics, yada, yada, yada. And so then Claude happily generates the top 10 categories of physics. And then I say, excellent, unpack fundamental forces and particles, because that was the first one. So by recursively searching through the data, remember what Q-star does is it's apparently a recursive search.
What's the title of this video? So David Shapiro is the guy, and the video is called How OpenAI Strawberry Works. And then in quote marks, one textbook to rule them all. My educated guess.
Search algorithm. Now, what I'm not quite sure on is how this would cover math. So I'm probably missing something, but at least I know how to generate synthetic data. And if you have enough tokens, you can recursively generate or synthesize or do latent space activation for all of human knowledge in these models, and you can distill it and then also make.
Let's go back and listen to that statement.
Have enough tokens, you can recursively generate or synthesize or do latent space activation for all of human knowledge in these.
For all of human knowledge. So basically, we can synthetically generate anything on any topic for all of human knowledge. And so if you didn't get what he's talking about there, these three models are, you basically have your core LLM, right, that's answering your questions. You then have basically a chatbot that's just good at asking questions of that thing to vomit out data. And then the third model is something that looks at what gets vomited out and, figures out if it's good or not. So it's three different models interacting. That's what he's talking about here. Yeah, and he says it so casually, I know.
Models, and you can distill it and then also make new connections. So fundamental forces and particles. It started with just 3 bullet points. And then in the next chat, and remember, this does not take much intelligence to interrogate it again. So you could very easily fine tune another model to just be the interrogator. And it says certainly. So then it unpacks more about fundamental forces. And so then I'll show you again. It's like, okay, gravity is the first one. So I'm recursively going through just basically a binary search tree. Tell me everything you know about gravity. And away we go. So again, it does not take that much intelligence to interrogate and activate and create those latent space activations. And then what it's doing is it's synthesizing information. And so then what you do is then you take it to the third model. And so in this case, I said, you're a grader of data. I will give you a bit of text and you will grade it with a rubric. What we found a long time ago is that, and lots of people independently discovered this, by the way, is that language models are really good at discriminating. So you have a generator and a discriminator, but in this case, we have an expert, an interrogator, and a discriminator. They're really good at grading each other with rubrics, particularly if you tell it how to grade it and on what criteria. Now, I didn't give it a full rubric, so a full rubric would be grade 1 is this, grade 2 is this, grade 3 is this. But I gave it the first sample, and I said, there are 4, this is copied from the other conversation, and it gave it a 5 out of 5, which I would say it's close. I would say it's not particularly comprehensive. And so the reason that you do this is because as you're generating samples, you want to grade all of them, and you just basically discard the bottom N% of the samples so that you're constantly refining your synthesized data set to be the highest quality information. So next sample, whoops, sorry, fat fingered that. All right, there we go. Okay, so that's the next sample. And we're going to watch it grade it. And again, it graded at 5 out of 5. I could see some room for improvement. But when you have basically, you're basically recursively writing a textbook of everything that humans know. That is what I think Strawberry does, is by using these models that have already been trained on all text data across the entire world, they know everything that humans know, whether or not they know it and whether or not it has been trained in them well. So by recursively generating a textbook, and you have the expert that is saying, okay, I'm writing the base text, and then you have the interrogator that's saying, okay, tell me what you know about that. And then you have a third model that is saying, okay, cool, that was well written, or maybe not. And you could do this with, I could imagine there might be several more fine-tuned models. You might have one that is reformatting it. So actually, let's do this as an experiment. So I will create another chat, and I say, okay, your purpose is to write textbooks.
Oh, that's a good idea, Danielle. Yeah, I should be watching this at 1.5 speed. I normally watch at 1.5 speed. Although I think right now it's fine. It's fine going a little slow because, like, I want to take this. Like, I want to take this in. Like most stuff, I don't give a shit if I capture everything. But he's a pretty dense dude for the non-Pates of the world. Pate's like, yeah, whatever. He's a child.
Textbook sections based on the data I give you. Write comprehensively at the highest intellectual level. Domain expert. Expound upon the base information I give you with all the knowledge you possess on the topic. So then there might be a fourth model, which is just, this is just the drafter. And so let's see what it does. Certainly I'd be happy to blah, 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 blah. And then actually it's Claude, so it's generating an artifact. So here we have it. It's actually generating the chapter for us. This is how I would, if I had the money and the time and the compute time, if you asked me, said, hey, Dave, use latent space activation and create me a fine-tuning data set that is going to be like one data set to rule them all, this is how I would do it, is I would use these models to iteratively basically generate one textbook to rule them all.
All of human knowledge.
Is how I would approach this. And you see how far this is going and how fast? Imagine that you have a whole bunch.
Yes, he is wearing a Starfleet uniform.
Claude or GPT-4 or whatever, working in parallel to iteratively unpack literally every domain of human knowledge. That is what I think OpenAI is doing. And that, if I'm correct, that is how they are training GPT-5 or GPT-6. We're not sure. Now, and again, like I said, the one part that's missing is I'm not sure how they would have solved math, unless they did the same thing where they basically asked a generator saying, hey, write out this latex formula and figure out how to logically, unpack this or something along those lines. I might make another video if I figure that out. But yeah, I hope you got a lot out of this. I could be wrong, but as someone who's been fine-tuning models since GPT-2, this is how I would approach it.
So we'll see. And then Mr. Strawberry responded to this video and basically said this is the first guy that's gotten it right, that he got it right. Now, Mr. Strawberry has no fucking credibility in my book because it's just a hype machine, but, for speculation. But I mean, that's kind of fascinating. So basically what he's saying is you have these models that have been... The way they train them is they take data and they categorize it, and when they embed it, it creates these semantic clouds, these clouds of meaning, where all these words are in these well-organized clouds. But he's basically saying there's a bunch of shit in there that's not well-organized and wasn't well-tagged, but you can pull it out by just asking for it. And then if you have something that asks for it really good, it'll vomit it out. Then you have another thing that looks at it really good and says, here's the good shit, and just keep the good shit. Then you end up with this, massively valuable, all of human knowledge in a well-organized thing. The link here is, this is a YouTube video. The channel is David Shapiro. It's at Dave Shap, I think. Hang on. Yeah, at Dave Shap. And the video is...
Hello, everybody. I am awake.
How OpenAI Strawberry Works. One textbook to rule them all. So... bonkers, right? Now, what are the implications of this? I don't know. Our GPTs are going to get way smarter. And they're going to be able to do, like a lot of the stuff they fail on now, they're going to be able to do. And so what that means is a lot of the tasks that we do for our job that require human in the loop may not require a human in the loop. So, assuming this launches this fall, which it looks like it's going to, we're gonna have some other shit to talk about on this channel. All right. Hope they found the lost information of Alexandria. We need a major bump. Wait, you mean we actually learn here on this AI Learning Lab? I thought this is date night. I know this is kind of rough. The whole thing we watched reminds me of Spock's Brain, episode 1, season 3. There you go. Andy's wearing a Star Trek uniform, so. Yeah, he's funny. He's very neurospicy. He's solid. He's solid on the neuro spectrum. You don't even have to teach it. You just point it in the right direction, and it uses its data. Yeah, exactly. Well, and that's so what they're saying. What I've heard about it is that it's very slow. That Strawberry's slow, which actually makes sense, right? If you say, "Hey, go solve some problem. Go tell me everything there is to learn about." It doesn't fucking matter. Whatever. Genetic engineering in strawberry growing to come up with the more sweet strawberry in the least amount of iterations. It will go off, and these three models will start interacting with each other. So from what I understand, it sort of goes off for 5 minutes and just does shit, and then comes back with incredibly well thought out answers. I don't know if that's how it's going to work, but that's a possibility. It's crazy. And then what it's going to be is it's going to be version 1 of this is it takes 5 minutes to go think of shit, and then a year later it does it in 30 seconds, and a year after that it does it in 5 seconds, and then it's instant, right? So the next 3 years are going to be absolutely fucking bonkers. Bonkers, I tell you. Bonkers. Add a RAG checker and it's even better, I bet. RAG stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation, which is basically where you take your large language model that can do all the language twirly stuff, and then the RAG is basically a database that's got your data in it, and then you interact with the large language model, and it if you ask it something about your data, it goes in and pulls actual data out, and the large language model presents that to you. So that could be quite powerful. Yeah, exactly. All right. But this is just synthesizing human data, or is it capable of generating novel ideas? I don't know. I mean, here's the thing. Novel ideas are just shit we haven't thought of yet. How do you think of shit we haven't thought of yet? Is you take what you know and you make logical connections between those things. And if you make connections between those things that are different than other humans did, then that's a novel thought. But it's still based on some education. It's still based on language. It's still based on what information is in Einstein's brain that allowed him to think about, the relative speed of, or the relativity of time compared to the speed of light. He's not inventing it out of nothing. He's taking other concepts and said, "Oh, no one else has made these connections. When I make these connections, here's how I think the world works." So I would think that if you had that interrogator interrogating you to say, "Hey, go find me data sets where connections haven't been made, or there's gaps of understanding between worlds of understanding," right? Here's how automotive paint suspends particles to color shift, and here's the history of hot dog recipes. Somewhere between those two things, there are some connections to be made that would be a new novel idea. Color shifting hot dogs. That's a new novel concept. So I could see this thing coming up with new novel concepts. Why not? Because novel concepts are not devoid of data. They are derived from the data that's in whoever's brain that makes the connections that no one else made, right? And these models are good at making connections really quickly between disparate data sets. So, but it's only going to keep on increasing its knowledge. It needs to increase compute time. Well, but the other thing, Danielle, is these things are also going to get more and more efficient, right? People like Pate and people like the chip manufacturers, and everyone's working to make these things more efficient. These customized chips like TPUs and the Grok chip that's just about doing inference, where when you ask ChatGPT to do its thing, Grok is doing that with a very specialized chip that makes it super fast and super efficient. So I think as we require more compute, you're also going to see the infrastructure get more and more efficient. So, again, I don't think I think energy and compute and all of that are absolutely engineering challenges to be solved, but I don't think we can look at the world of chips today and assume that that's what they're going to be 5 years from now, especially when AI starts getting in and improving chip design and software design and infrastructure design, right? If you have a strawberry that can say, hey, we have compute and energy demand going like this, but the physical, infrastructure is only growing like this. So you, strawberry, need to close that gap. So we need to either make shit more efficient, or we need to be able to make more energy or more compute cycles to match the demand. And then AI is going to fucking solve that. Like 2 million new stable crystals, novel concepts. Yeah, exactly. I think it was only 380,000 stable crystals. It was 2.2 million new crystals that were discovered. That was DeepMind put that out, right? The material science thing. Yeah, 380,000 stable crystals, 2.2 million new crystals, or new molecules. I don't fucking know. Material science shit. Shit that does shit. And that 2.2 million new materials that were discovered was not with strawberry, right? It's whatever DeepMind is doing over there, which is pretty fucking remarkable. But once we have reasoning engines, the innovation that these tools are going to be capable of is just going to be bonkers. And it's what's fascinating to me is this technology is going to be in our hands, some version of it, right? It will be hobbled to make sure that you can't, take down the government and crack cryptography and all of the shit that, they had to go talk to the national, government about from a safety perspective. It's, there's going to be some guardrails on it. But once this thing's out in the world and we understand how it works and what it does, the open source community is going to go, oh, we can go build that, and they're going to go build their version of it. And then Grok's going to build their version of it, and Meta's going to build their version of it, and Apple is probably just going to make memojis that talk better. Fucking Apple. We're the best. No, you were the best. Life escape velocity. Sign me up. LEV, baby. Just survive the next 5 years. That's what they're telling us. On my AI office hours today, we were talking about that, about like in theory you've got, I think Danielle, you were talking about this. In theory you've got, these tools are going to be able to cure any diseases. And then you've got lobbying groups like the pharma lobbying groups that don't necessarily want to cure, right? Because sick people are their customers. So if you cure it, you don't sell as many drugs. Watching the death throes of big centers of power, financial power, lobbying power, political power, as these tools start to disrupt things is going to be fascinating. It's crazy shit's about to hit the fan. That's why I'm glad we have so much open sourced All right, what are your thoughts? Janu's here for it. It's still probably 5 years away. Why do they have to be the scary ones? Yeah, it's going to get weird for a while, I think. We're also watching the death throes of copyright. That may just impact pharma. Yeah, copyright. The copyright laws were already struggling to have relevance in an all digital world. And now that we're in a generative world where you're generating original content at essentially infinite scale and infinite levels of personalization, copyright laws just look weird. They look weird and antiquated. And I don't have a good solution. My thought is that you pay people on the generation of officially licensed models. So if I take all my photography and I create, here's Kyle Shannon Clouds photography, here's Kyle Shannon street photography, and I make a customized model that's Kyle Shannon branded, you can sign up for that and say, I want to make images that look like these photos, and every time you generate an image, it's going to, I'll get paid a tenth of a penny or whatever it is. That system doesn't exist yet, but I think that's where you have to go, because artists and copyright holders can't be chasing down every 7-year-old that makes Mickey Mouse farting on Pluto's head. and that image ends up, becoming a huge hit, and everybody loves it and shares it, and then what's Disney going to do? Sue the 7-year-old? Like, I just don't think long-term copyright just gets really weird. So monetized bots and GPTs taken to the next level, huh? I agree. Yeah, I think so. It's weird, man. Fucking weird. All right. What are we doing time-wise? What do you guys want to do? Anything? What did I have in my Friday night thread? David Shapiro. Oh, there's a new robot out. Let's go look at the new robot. I don't know a ton about it, but it's an impressive... So it's called Neo. So the initial responses to this Neo robot were, will you put the burning letter... Wait. Will you put that letter burning open? Oh, you mean in irregulars? Do I have... So they've been accusing that this is a man in a suit. It's not. This is a humanoid robot. So their humanoid robot is putting glasses away, closing the cabinet, closing the dishwasher, and then there's Mama in the kitchen, with the little bot. No, Danielle's like, no. And then let's see, here's another one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, this one gets creepier. Watch this. Come on back, lady. Give me a hug goodbye. Oh boy, there goes the neighborhood. Jennifer got one of those Neo bots. Oh, Jennifer. I've never seen her happier. So that's the Neobot. Oh, wait, here's another one. I didn't see this one. I don't understand this video. Maybe that it walks sort of human. Still looks weird to me. I think that's the appropriate meme for that robot. And you know, they didn't have it talking there like when I mean, what are there like aren't there like 15 or 20 humanoid robot companies now? Like Figure is a 2-year-old company that they're already on version 2 of their bot. This Neobot is some new thing. There was just a Chinese one that came out. Like the hardware for these humanoid robots is quickly developing. The software is going to be this really authentic, natural voice from OpenAI with this insane reasoning brain in it. So, welcome to the future! Yeah. Get used to it, kids. We're going to be like, hey, Kyle, can we go back and just make GPTs again? Remember when we made GPTs for the nonprofits where you could, like, look up what the schedule was for the nonprofit? Can we go back to that? I like those days. Imagine it walking into your room. Your tea, sir? Good day to you, sir. Good day. I mean, actually, what would be funny is, like... Okay, so actually... So here's the thing. I am increasingly, Cindy Kuhn's in the call tonight, or she was earlier anyway. I'm increasingly feeling confident that all of us are going to have to confront what it means to create digital versions of ourselves that we put out in the world. And I think you should start doing it now rather than wait until we have to. And so here's what I mean by that. You're going to be able to create these autonomous agents that do things on your behalf. Well, what might they do? Well, you might have one that all it's going to do is go negotiate contracts for you. So it's going to call up United Healthcare and it's going to get your shit paid, and it's going to call up, you know, the car dealer, and instead of you having to deal with the sleazy car salesman, it's going to actually negotiate you the best deal possible, right? And that's going to represent, it's going to be a version of you that is like the badass negotiator. You might also have a version of you that's like the social butterfly, that's like you've got social anxiety and you don't really feel like meeting people, but you're going to have your social butterfly bot go out and meet people and introduce you to interesting people that it's had a good conversation with. And it might have even had a good conversation with their bot, but both of those bots agree that you two should really meet. And then when you have these in-home robots, imagine having an in-home robot that you can actually fine-tune and train to have your sense of humor. So instead of me cracking my stupid jokes like I do on here, I could say, you know, tell them what they've won, Bob. And then the computer would be like, they haven't won anything. This isn't a game show. Could we get on with mowing the lawn? Like, why not? So that's something that I think over the next year I'm going to start exploring in here, is how we can start to make our own digital twins and what it means to make them. How do you use them? Why would you do it? Why would you do it now and not wait? Kyle, Irregular's Neuralink with a personality dial. Oh, imagine Neuralink with a personality dial. Yeah, Exactly. Where you can, you can basically just with your brain tap into these systems and have them be like you want them to be, personality wise, knowledge wise, expertise wise, skills wise. I know that the shit I'm saying is like, sounds fucking weird. And that's because it is. I mean, I'm still kind of blown away. Is that Kriya? No, it's Gen 3 Alpha. Where's Kriya? Here it is. So there's our video. I'll put that video on whatever you call it, on Irregular's channel. All right. Let me type something here. Oh, wait. Let me go to, let's see, Kriya, real-time image generation. Oh, that's weird. Huh, that's not working. All right. Let me go to Deco here. This seems like it's broken. Come on. Create. We live in a world right now where I can type in a tall building made of jelly beans and Twizzlers and as I'm typing it, it's generating those things. I mean, this is fucking mind-blowing. The stuff we're talking about with Strawberry and with these robots and with the ultimate textbook, which is all of human knowledge in this crystallized, organized, instantly accessible format. I don't quite know how to process this shit. Sorry I'm late on date night. Is this Kriya? This is Deco here, but Kriya and Deco here both have these real-time image engines. They're using SDXL is the real-time image generation sitting underneath these things. And then Kriya has Flux, which is the high-end like Mid-Journey competitor that's open sourced. Where's my Kriya? Did I lose it? Dun 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 da da da. Kriya. Hello, Kriya. Good day to you, sir. So Flux, here's this generating, high quality images. So I can just roll the dice. It writes a prompt for me. I hit generate, and then it just quickly generates high quality images. And it like does the first pass at low quality, and then it does them the next level up. I think that one's still generating. But like this is just, we're just in this fucking weird ass bonkers. And then I can take any one of these and turn them into a video, It's crazy. It's crazy, 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 crazy. Well then, R2D2 can be like an extra pet. This is Kriya, yes. So what's nice about Kriya is it's free, and they're giving you access to the Flux image model, so you don't have to roll your own and start your own GitHub repository and Replit or whatever the fuck open source tool you got to use to make your shit work. You can just go here and do it. I got a bad attitude for open source because it requires too much concentration on my part. So I'm just waiting for people to build me shit I can play with, and this is one of those. All right, fantastic. Thoughts, questions, craziness. Is Flux better than Midjourney? It's better than Midjourney at text. So Flux is now really good at text. One of the other things that Flux can do, Anne Murphy, is if you remember back in Stable Diffusion days, you could create these things called LoRa's, L-O-R-A, where you're doing sort of custom fine-tuning on Stable Diffusion for a certain image. It looks like Flux, you can do it with a handful of images, and it's really good. So like you could train it to know what you look like, and then just like Dream Booth you could do before, but you could have you starring in a book, right? So for character consistency, it looks like the ability to do much more controlled generations, it looks like Flux is really good at it. Again, I haven't dug deep into it because you have to go do it in programming environments right now, and I'm lazy, people. I'm just lazy. I'll tell you what. You know what I want to do?
You can make money with ChatGPT.
I just want to make money with ChatGPT. Just go, hey, go start me a business, you big fat loser. And it goes off and starts business and then sends me a check every month. You know what? I don't want a check every month. I want a check every week. In fact, I just want to get a little bing on my phone that says another $500 was put into your account this minute. That's what I want. In the meantime, Kyle, I said earlier we need an actual C-3PO AI robot so it's not scary. Yep. Yeah. And it's funny, I don't know if you've been watching Sunny on Apple TV, the movie about the in-home robot that punched a chick out and did some murders. It's going to be wild. Like, you know, if you get an early version of Microsoft Excel and it's buggy, you fuck up a couple of math equations. If you get an in-home robot that's strong enough to lift up the back of your car and it's a little buggy, it could fuck some shit up. I actually started a screenplay idea about this. I don't know where I put it. I think I started it on this channel. I've got to go find it because it's a good one. The screenplay is basically in the town where the robot factory is that's making these new robots. They run a local contest at the local grocery store that people in town can get use of one of these robots for a year. And so it's about 4 people from the grocery store that each get a robot, and then hijinks ensue. Whee! I want a world we don't need to depend on money. And that's, listen, if you listen to the UBI guys and the infinite prosperity narrative that's part of AGI and part of all this, that's a very real possibility, Cam Catkin. The thing I can't get my head around is how do you prevent selfish people from remaining selfish and wanting to keep all the profit? If there's sort of infinite prosperity, we live in a world right now where the top 0.1% of the 0.1% just want to siphon all of that profit to themselves personally. I don't know how you stop that. Unless you get the AI to take care of some things. And creativity and inventiveness are rewarded. Yeah, exactly. That would be awesome, wouldn't it? Disney should make a robot since they already own the SW imagery. I don't know what SW is. But friendly imagery. I agree with that. And I think we'll see that. Right? Okay, here's the deal. Why we need artists, why we need liberal arts majors, is all of the robot companies right now are populated with engineers. They're not populated with, DreamWorks Imagineers. So Disney, by the way, is making bots like this, right? Have you seen that Superman one or the Spider-Man one? That's it's a bot, a humanoid bot that looks like Spider-Man that swings on a rope and then does a somersaults through the air and lands in a net. Like, Disney's going to be good at this shit. But you need Disney Imagineers working for some of these humanoid robot companies to give them friendly faces, to give them friendly forms, to give them senses of humor, to give them storytelling. Right? If it's just about, I can do a task for you. Yeah. If it's like, hey, we got some cool shit going on here. I mean, isn't it already fascinating? I mean, we already have, and this isn't even the good stuff. Like, we already have Star Wars, yeah. Hey, Pi, how's it going?
Hey there. Everything's going great, thanks for asking. I'm here to chat, entertain, and help out with whatever you need. Are you a Star Wars fan?
Oh, no, I was just talking to someone else. You remember my name, right?
If you've created an account with me, I should know your name. But if you haven't registered, I'm afraid I won't know it. Have you created...
She does. I guess I'm not signed in. But we've already got that. And, like, that's the shitty voice. Like, that's shitty voice-to-text voice. The advanced voice that OpenAI has announced is one that's got personality, and it can hear our inflection and it can mimic that and respond with emotional tone. And then put that in a humanoid robot where, imagine going on a 6-hour road trip that you've got to go on your own, and you take your fucking humanoid robot and you have just fucking wacky conversations with your robot. And then you get to the gas station and you're like, I don't feel like, just run in and get me Twizzlers while I pump gas. And your humanoid robot runs in this gas station, And if you're a hacker, you're like, hey, go get me a pack of Twizzlers. And by the way, rob the joint. Here's a gun. AI will hopefully democratize resources. That's so what I'm hoping, Cam. People hoard money often because they're afraid. It's all they know. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if AI can democratize resources, I mean, I think a big thing we're going to start to get is accessibility boosts, where people that might not currently be able to contribute to society all of a sudden can. And a lot of those people, they might not be able to speak, or they might have neurological things or injuries or, blindness or deafness, things like that, and they might not be able to contribute in a certain way that all of a sudden can. So I think we're going to see sort of massive upswings in contribution. And then yeah, I think it goes up from there. I'm quite bullish on the future, but man, is it going to get weird fast. It just like, and again, we are the people. We're the only people who will know what it was like before AI, before generative AI sort of blew onto the scene like it has. We'll be able to look back and say, remember when it was just cute, imperfect images? Remember when the videos were only 4 seconds long and they looked weird? And we're going to be living in that her kind of future where people that sort of grow up into that are going to think that's normal. And we're going to be like, that was never like that. You're dating a robot. You don't think that's weird? No, why? Okay. I'm still getting used to swiping. Sally's happier than she's ever been. I don't know what it is. Her casseroles used to suck. You think the robot's making the casseroles? Wonder what else that robot's doing. The scandals in suburbia. when Jennifer gets her robot. And all the other housewives are jealous because they've got a fucking human, piece of shit human that bitches about mowing the lawn, doesn't talk to them. And Jennifer's down the block having romantic dances. Oh man, we got some movies to write here, people. Sorry, I'm gonna lose it. Woo! Real robots of New York, exactly. Real robots of Dallas. Actually, you know what? A reality show of neighbors where some neighbors have robots and some neighbors don't. That would actually be a fucking fascinating show, right? Because you could see how the neighbors without robots see it from the outside and they judge it and then you could see it from the inside, what it's like and like what the issues are, and like nothing's gonna be perfect, and these things are gonna be janky, right? Like, you know, they're gonna trip and fall and break a coffee table. But they're also gonna mow the lawn for you, you know. And Neil's just going to be smoking a cigar in his lawn chair while his robot mows the lawn. And then the other men that are out there mowing their lawns will be like, fucking Neil with his fucking robot. Of course Neil has a BMW robot. Fucking douche. Oh, man. Oh, well, I should probably let y'all get on to your weekend. It's a long weekend. I'm glad you hang out. I forgot it's Labor Day weekend, so the fact that we have 60 people in here is absolutely stunning to me. Thank you all for hanging out. Yeah, we're in wacky times, aren't we? We're in wacky times. This is different than this. All right. These are very cool. Still meeting Monday. Yeah, I'll probably be here Monday. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not doing anything. Thank you for being here. I always enjoy listening. Thank you very much, Manifesting Monica. I appreciate that. It's very nice of you to say. I didn't really do an ad for the salon, but if you are an AI person, if you're like, hey, I love this AI shit, I want to know more about this, I want to find people who are into this, this community, the salon, is a community that I started the week after ChatGPT came out. A lot of the people that hang out here are leaders in this community. Doesn't cost anything. It's a really remarkable community. So go hang out there. This community is also the one co-sponsoring with Google for Small Business this fly-in to New York where we're going to go talk about, hey, AI is good. Don't fuck it up. So go check that out. That's our website. And then if you scroll down, there's a button that says join our community. So go join the community. Homework for the weekend. Yes. Don't pay attention to anything about AI. Just go have fun. Just go be in the world, be with people, connect. That's the homework, because I sense that the next 3 months are going to get really weird and really intense. And some of it's going to be like weird and exciting and good, and some of it's just going to be like, holy shit, how do we fucking process this? It's so funny when ChatGPT first launched, the initial interviews with Sam Altman, he talked a lot about. Oh, thank you very much. That's very, very, very generous. I appreciate that. He talked a lot about wanting to not launch too much too quick because it would freak people out. And as a tech fan and optimist and someone who loves kind of living on the front edge of this stuff, my initial response to that was, oh, you fucking sissy, just give us the shit, give us the toys. As I've watched over this year, the tools get better and better and better. They were the initial things we were playing with were toys, our toys. Right? I can make a 4-second video. And if you're talented at video storytelling, then you can put that in an editing program and go write your music, and you can do good storytelling. But the video makers that we have right now are kind of toys. And the image generating tools are kind of toys, but the image generating tools, now that they're really good at text, are starting to turn into things that are more than toys. And especially when you get someone like Elon Musk that puts Flux into Grok and takes off the guardrails for making political figures and making, brands, all of a sudden you start to go, oh, these are kind of more than toys. Like I'm now starting to grok, so to speak, why Sam Altman was like, we've got to roll this out slowly, get people used to the power of what it's like to have a large language model where you can ask it a question and it just answers it. Even if it hallucinates and does it wrong, it's taken me a year, 18 months to really even get my head around what does that even mean? And so I think the next 3 months, we're going to be confronted with technology that is very hard for us to comprehend. And it's going to be harder for us to actually use and assimilate and understand what our work is and what our value is. I connect with people via VR. Does that count? That's good. Actually, it does. So I think this weekend just take some time to don't worry about this tech is coming, it's gonna be here. So I think have a nice weekend. That's my homework. Is just fucking have a nice weekend. And I mean, maybe think just philosophically about if the machines can do the stuff in your life that is the repetitive, mind-numbing, horrible tasks that you don't like doing, and you could just do the stuff that made you happy, what would that be? What would be your life if the repetitive, low-level shitstorm of life were handled? Because I think designing that life, designing who you want to be, if all that shit were handled, that's going to be our job in the next 3 years. So maybe think about that. What could my life be? Let's get the channel to 30 likes. I assume you mean 30,000. We surpassed 30 likes. But we are at 28,000. We're going to hit that. Okay, so go to the salon. Check it out. Join it. Unless you use Grill Dad or Sin City Sipper to help you with your barbecue. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think do nothing. Yeah, that's good. Go find yourself a pink bow. I think we need more pink bows in our life. And let me just tell you something. All you people with your fucking wearing it wrong. With your pink bow rage. There are many ways we can wear pink bows. There are many people who can wear them. And how I wear a pink bow might be different than how you wear a pink bow. And we cast a wide net here. We have a large tent that embraces all the pink bow wearing. Yeah, go get yourself a pink bow. All right, I'm going to get out of here. So, try character AI if you want your feelings work for homework. Yeah, character.ai. Danielle says it's a mean-spirited service, but it's apparently really popular. Yeah, that's another thing that we're going to confront is that these AI systems already have personalities, and we're going to thank you for 30,000 likes. That's amazing. We're going to start to discover the tools that we like that have personalities we like, and some that have personalities we hate, and that's just like dealing with people. So it's about to get weird. Hang on to your butts. All right, let's do. Oh, very nice. Winston, thank you so much for the cornucopia of fruit there. Fantastic. Digital twin and rag sharing helped me a lot tonight. Oh, good. Fantastic, Spin B3. And we're going to do, I'm going to find ways to dig into that more on this channel because I think I'm increasingly feeling like that's really important. That us really understanding who we are, what data represents us, and us being in charge of how we put that into the world, that feels important to me. Tell your friends AI Salon presents Tuesday night, 5 p.m. Mountain. Yeah, this coming Tuesday, the salon, we have our twice monthly meetings. The first one is called AI Salon Presents, and we have a guest speaker come in and speak, so that's this coming Tuesday. All right, so be there for that. September 11th, I'm going to be in Washington, D.C., representing the salon and all of us, so hopefully maybe I should wear my pink bow to Washington. I don't think they get it. Mr. Shannon, I understand you're a thought leader in the artificial intelligence space. We have unearthed a video of, it appears to be you, perhaps it's a deep fake, wearing a large pink bow on your forehead. It doesn't look like you're actually wearing the headband correctly, which is odd why you would choose to do it that way. Anyway, Mr. Shannon, could you explain, is this indeed you wearing this pink bow, and what was the purpose of the bow, and what does that have to do with artificial intelligence and regulations we should consider here in Washington, D.C. and for the nation as a whole? Mr. Shannon? Sir, could someone please wake up Mr. Shannon? Aye, Mr. Shannon. So that's going to be fun. Are you still collecting stories for your trip? Yeah, if one of the things that I'm going to talk about when I go to DC is stories of impact. So if AI has impacted your life in a positive way, I'm trying to think where I've got the announcement. I've got an announcement in AI Salon announcements. But you could just DM me if you've got some interesting story for how AI has impacted your life in a positive way. Just DM me either here or on the salon, and we'll coordinate. Because I'm collecting stories for that. So thank you for reminding me of that. We learned a lot today. Thank you, Side Hustle Mimi. I appreciate it. All right, I am out of here. So who's in the house tonight? Emilio's wife was here early. Auntie Bubbles in the house. Tobias is in the house. Wear your AI Salon t-shirt. Yes, next Tuesday. Wear your AI Salon t-shirt. Oh, you mean me wear it when I go to DC. It's a good point. Maybe I'll put it underneath like a nice suit jacket or something like that. All right, that's not a bad idea. Okay, Vicky, you can repin. Okay, so go to AI Salon. If you go here, go to the salon.ai, go to the Mighty Networks community. There's an announcements channel. Vicky's going to repin my request for stories. So go to Salon Announcements, and you'll see my request for stories about AI impact. All right. Side Hustle Mimi's in the house. Lord Digital Gods, thank you so much for the roses. Very, very generous of you, as always. Winston, great to see you. Brandon, thank you. Papa JJ. Cam Catkin from Cleveland, good to see you. Dr. J in the house. Who else we got? Wolfman Clint. Be Not Afraid, Danielle, good to see you. Two Block Tom, great night. Thank you very much for the kind words. I appreciate that. Marina, good to see you. Wear your salon t-shirt with your bow. I think I should take this to Washington.
You can make money with ChatGPT.
Put on your calendars the Oprah Sam Altman interview, because we're going to do that. We're going to do commentary to that here. That's September 12th, the night after I get back from DC. Joey's in the house. Joey! Bunny Cat in the house. Jewel Live, Laugh Love. Wait, Jewel, Live, Laugh, Love. Wear your smart pants too. Sir, if we work for British Airways, we're expected to wear smart pants. Exactly. I will wear my smart pants. In fact, I got some smart pants for my DC trip. So I don't look like a dum-dum. Hey, hello, Senator. My name's Kyle Shannon. I want to tell you about artificial intelligence, otherwise known as machine learning, or vice versa, if you know what I mean. So one of them's a subset of the other. Anyway, sir, AI is just awesome, so I think you should make it not bad. Don't mess it up. All right. Kyle lives in a pineapple under DC. Nice verifier. Like it. Very nice. Very nice. All right, good. I'm out of here, people. Have a great Friday night. Have a great weekend. Have a great Labor Day. And, yeah, just unplug. Don't pay attention to any of this shit. I will see you probably Monday night. If not, Salon Tuesday. All right? Peace, everybody. Bye.